crazy again. Cheers for that, mate.
I haven't talked you into anything. I simply suggested something in my kitchen, and
you did it in your suggestive way that you know I can't resist.
So
tell the people what it is that we're doing, because we're very silly boys.
We're not silly boys. We are absolute badass men. So I'll give you a little bit of background, a little bit of. So I'll set the scene, shall we?
Do it. Set the scene.
I'm gonna say probably 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was listening to a podcast about a guy called James Lawrence. He's actually known in the kind of in the world of lunacy as the Iron Cowboy. He actually did 50 Ironman triathlons in 50 consecutive days in 50 different states. So I'm listening to this guy, and I'm kind of an Ironman triathlon is 110-mile bike ride, 26-mile run, and off the top of my head, I think it's a 4-mile swim.
I think
back to back. So you start off in the water, you get on the bike, you end on a marathon.
Yeah.
Every day, people generally do a triathlon an Ironman a year.
One a year. My uncle does them. It's one a year, and then he does He does normal person's triathlons every couple of months.
Insane. So I'm kind of I'm actually out on a run at this point, and I'm thinking, wow, and I'm feeling a little bit tired. And then this guy, he kind of starts to spur me on. So then I start thinking, what can I do? What am I capable of? I'm a 42-year-old guy. What am I capable of? Fast forward a couple of weeks, there's a guy who's local to me doing this mental Fortitude challenge. So I kind of start looking into that. And then that kind of gets a few cogs turning. And I'm thinking, I could kind of do that. I thought maybe I should do that. And then I was like, no. And then by chance in my kitchen, I mentioned it to you. And I don't know if you realize, but there was a little spark in your eye, which
when I was in your kitchen, I was under time pressure, wasn't I? Because I'd come back to the UK, so I couldn't get
that's right.
I was looking to design something like this for myself anyway. It's just that if I do it on my own, there's no fucking accountability. So when you said about doing it together, I was like, oh, exactly. I'm gonna have to say yes. But I didn't say anything. I was like, if you ask me again, then I'll say yes. But I'm not gonna ask you to ask me because I'm scared. Why don't you tell the people what 75 Hard is? So
75 Hard it's a challenge which was designed by a guy called Andy Frisell. I can never say his name, in the States. It's 75 days straight. It's a physical challenge, but personally, I'm going to say it's a little bit more of a mental challenge for me. 75 days straight. And there's 5 rules. You pick a diet, any diet. Doesn't matter what the diet is. The diet is conducive to your goals. You don't necessarily have to calorie count, but the way that we are going to do it, we are going to have an allowance of calories every single day. There are, for 75 days straight, there are no cheat meals. There are no booze, no soda, no Monster, no energy drinks. There's nothing. You can't have anything like that. You drink a gallon of water a day. Now, I think personally, that's what I'm going to struggle with the most. A gallon of water every single day.
I'd just gargle that down and say, thank you.
Every day. You'll be like Aquaman. So it's a gallon of water a day. You have to read at least 10 pages of I don't like using the word self-help book, but an entrepreneur type book. Something you kind of know the book I'm talking about. You also have to train twice a day, every day, for 75 consecutive days. One of those training sessions needs to be outdoors. which is a big part of the kind of mental game. It doesn't matter what it's like outside. You've got to go. You've got to get up, and whatever it is you've chosen, it might just be a 45-minute walk. Get out. It's raining, it's snowing, it's sleeting. Put your hood up, put your earphones on, get out, do the work. If at any point during the 75 days, if you slip up just once, if you, through habit, open a can of Diet Pepsi, drink it, you're back to day one, like snakes and ladders.
Sugar in my coffee.
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's not a cheat meal.
Okay.
And it's part of the diet that we are following.
Okay. As long as I track it, it's all good, right?
Yeah. But however, as long as you track it, but there's no. It's going to be all whole, nutritious foods. It's going to be kind of the staples of what.
Just in case anybody wants to do it with us.
Yeah.
Give them a rough outline of what we are going to be eating, because I know what you suggest people eat, and roughly what the calorie count is for us at our sort of weight.
So we are going to be employing a kind of calorie cycling approach. So we've got low days, medium days, and high days. Low days are, off the top of my head, about 2,200 calories, 2,300 calories. I can't remember the exact figures. Medium days are about 2,700, 2,800. And the high days are like, 3,200 calories, something like that. So it's
I know exactly, because I stared at that for a long time and went, that scares me. That's what scares me.
See,
is the calorie restriction.
This is my kind of whole thing. This is a mental thing for me more than a physical thing. The way that I see it is the kind of the fitness industry, right as it stands right now, boring the fucking living daylights out of me. It's every single program that comes out, every single protocol involves the simplest way possible, involves the absolute easiest way possible. It's like we are cuddling people fit. Oh, come here, I'll cuddle the weight off you. Oh, I'll cuddle you better. And that to me is absolutely boring the fucking pants out of me. And I'm feeling comfortable because I know I can get in very, very good condition while still having cheesecake, while still having this, that, and the other. But it's not challenging me up here.
I fucking hate you for that. I've seen you do it.
It's not challenging me.
I've seen you eat chocolate cake and then just show up with a fucking 8-pack the next day with veins in it. And I'm like, what are you doing?
So for me, that shit is easy. It's not a challenge for me. I'm far too comfortable. I don't feel like I'm developing myself as a person. I feel like I'm kind of stood still. I feel like I need the mental challenge. I need to be pushed. I need to, at the end of 75 hard, I need to go, that was good. That was good. I feel like,
you feel like
Silas the Mad Monk with his finger on his leg.
All the demons.
Yeah, I think I need, and I want to see if I can do it purely from a physiology point of view, from a kind of exercise, nutrition point of view. What difference is it going to make physically to me by not having a cheat meal, by not drinking a can of Monster every day, by not having cherry Coke, by not having a pint? What difference is that going to make to me? And what psychologically, how am I going to kind of feel about that?
Fucking hell. You're exhausting when you're like this, when you're excited.
I literally, it's honestly, it feels like.
Have you considered the possibility that you have ADHD?
No!
Listen, for those of you who don't know Danny, I've known Danny since we were 21, Dan. 20 years now. We started on doing door work together, nightclub security, years ago. And we've known each other for a lot. We actually were not doing weights together originally. We were doing Muay Thai together, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. That's how we started, yeah.
Back in the Dizzy. And we trained together. We have been training together on and off now for 8 years.
Long time.
Long time.
Long time, baby.
Long time. And so we have these kinds of conversations all the time. And we both just come to a point, coincidentally, because we actually weren't talking about it between us. It was just pure coincidence, wasn't it? We both get to a point like, need a challenge, too comfortable now. Need to do something that's actually going to hurt a little bit, push a little bit. Yeah. And like you say, it's mental, because we both like being in the gym. That's not hard. I'm not scared of 245 sessions a day. I'm like, okay. The back-to-back thing is a slightly tricky thing because of my own mentalness that I have as well, which is just today I went in to do 45 minutes, did an hour and a half of cardio, kettlebells and kickboxing. Yeah. And I'm like, I can't, there's no way I'll survive doing shit like that for 75 days straight. I'm just gonna have to restrict that as well.
You're going to learn so much about your body. You're going to learn so much about what you are actually capable of. Not just, you know, kind of, you are going to know. We're both going to go through some insane changes, I think, over the next 75 days. Things are just going to be absolutely crazy. And
Danny's been sending me voice notes on WhatsApp, 2 to 3 minutes long. His average voice note is 7 seconds. So I can see him messaging me on WhatsApp. I was like, Danny is recording audio. I'm like, oh shit, he's on one. He's on one. The reading side of it, what I'm going to do, the side of it that I'm going to set myself is I need to write a book and I need to finish it. So I'm going to write 1,000 words a day. I'm going to flip that on its head. I'll actually be writing every day. And by the end of this, I'll have 75,000 words. No,
you're not. No, you got to read it. It's exactly as it states, exactly as Andy Frisella states. That's like, if you, come on, you can read 10 pages. Fucking hell. You can read 10 pages while you're on the toilet.
It'd be hard for me to just read 10 pages. Yeah,
so you can read more. So the way that, because I'll tell you, initially I was thinking, with my informed, evidence-based practitioner mind, I was thinking, look, it's just about fucking calories, so who fucking cares? So I'll just stick to a diet and I'll just have a donut if I want a fucking donut. But then listening to more about Andy talking about it, he's like, no, you do it to the fucking letter, because that's part of the reason you've got this, is because you are committing to do something.
Tell them again what the 5 things are. Just run through the 5 things real quick.
So you pick a diet, any diet, and the diet has to be kind of conducive to your kind of goals. So it doesn't matter what it is, but you stick to it for 75 days straight. There are no cheat meals for 75 days. So no booze, no fizzy drinks, none of that shit, none of the kind of stuff that we are comfortable with every single fucking day. 2 daily workouts lasting at least 45 minutes. One of them has to be outside. I'm going to rotate through various different kind of modalities. 10 pages at least of a non-fiction self-help entrepreneurial book. And I missed it out before. You have to take a daily progress picture.
Is that the 4th step?
That's the 5th step. A gallon of water. You have to consume 1 gallon of water every single day.
Did you invent this whole thing just so that you could see naked selfies of me every single day for 75 days? I'm going to send this video to your girlfriend as soon as it goes online.
It wasn't she's not happy about me doing this because
it's no drinking.
Well, it's no drinking, and we've been together for a year, probably halfway through the 75. So she's like, "What? So you can't have a drink on the anniversary?" And I'm like,
"You can, my love, my sweet, my precious."
There you go. Yeah. So that's it for 75 days. If you kind of chop and change it, then it's not 75 hard. It's like if you do a Tough Mudder and you don't do I didn't do the bit where you get electrocuted in the skip, and I didn't do the bit where you've got to swim through fish heads, and I didn't do the rope swing. Well, you didn't do fucking Tough Mudder then. You didn't. You ran alongside it. You did a version of it. So, by all means, brother, write that book. But while you're on the toilet, you're reading 10 pages of, and I've got loads of books that I can kind of tell you to read, which you will like.
Yeah, I've got a Kindle. I'll bang it on a Kindle and
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I go all mine from Amazon. It's that easy. And the crazy thing is because of the circles I move in, because I am an informed, evidence-based practitioner. You know, I look at the literature and I kind of make best use of it, and I interpret it the way that I think it would be applicable to my clients, and I action it, and everything's great. So I am fully ready for an absolute backlash of abuse and people calling me all the names under the sun, saying, "But you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that."
Like, hang on a second. I'm not ready for that. What's going on here?
Oh no, I'll handle that. You don't need to do that. You don't need to put yourself through this. You don't need to punish yourself. But the difference fucking is I know I don't need to do it. The difference is I fucking want to do it. I want to see if I can do it. So I'm fully ready to be called, "Oh, you're being ridiculous. Why punish yourself? Why do all that?" And that's fucking.
We're doing it because
just going to calm down for a little second.
The ADHD is kicking in hard now.
It's just that everyone's.
You're exciting me. You should be challenged, though. We should all be challenged. Especially 100%. With age and stuff, you can get complacent.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it. This actually is good, I think, for older guys who've been training for a few years anyway, who know their bodies. They're not going to go too far.
Yeah.
They're going to stay. And it's a good little push, because it's easy to justify eating a bit more or not training or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's a structure, isn't it? It gives you a structure.
100%. Too many people are going, "Oh, but I included into my calories." Well, why do you look like shit then? You know, why aren't you getting to where you want to go? If you genuinely are doing what you say you were doing, why do you look like shit? You know, if you generally are, "Oh, I'm tracking everything, blah, 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 blah." No, I think we need to go from soft to really kind of stretching yourself. I think if you don't take yourself to some crazy places every now and then, how do you even know yourself? How do you even know what you're capable of? How do you know how good you can possibly be? You know,
this is the type of mentality I approach the trauma recovery with my clients. Is like, have a discipline, have a structure, commit to it, do it 5 times a day, every day, whatever it is. And people resist it like hell because I don't know, really. I don't know why people resist it. I'm like, do you want to feel better? Yes, definitely. Go and do this. Did you do it? No. So that's why you're still depressed, right?
Yeah. So people are, every single person, well, not every single person, because I don't know every single person, but I'm going to say the vast majority of people they spend that much fucking time searching for the magic formula, searching for the magic pill, searching for the next best fucking program that's going to get them from A to fucking B without even having to get out of bed. They spend that much time searching and doing all this stuff that if they just took a step back and looked at themselves, looked deep into here, and realized that this shit is not easy that you are wanting to do. You are going to have to roll your sleeves up. You are going to have to get in there and get shit done. As soon as you realize that, it's almost like it's like cathartic. It's almost like it's right.
It's an epiphany.
Yeah, 100%. It's almost like you go, right, well, I can stop wasting my fucking time now, wasting my money, and I can pull my thumb out, and I'm getting so wound up.
It's exhausting. Now, we skimmed on the food thing before. I know, like, I'm pedantic with this. So people go to me, "What's the diet you're on?" And I'll go, "It's food." And what you know, and I know what that means. Like, I'm eating that. The diet is food, not shite. Can you just tell people like what that entails?
So the diet that I've chosen for me and the Good Doctor, I'm going to be doing the kind of the training and the nutrition stuff. Dr. Grannon is going to be looking after both of our kind of psychological well-being and planning various meltdowns in the place. So basically, it's an incredibly basic diet of things that you would generally associate with with challenge. It's high-ish protein. We're going to go for 2 grams of protein per kilo. That's going to be made up of lean cuts of meat, dairy products, whey protein powders, that kind of thing. Although I've not used a protein powder for quite a while. Carbohydrates are going to be coming from traditional kind of single ingredients, if you can kind of call them that. You know, oats, rice, potatoes, that kind of thing. Cereals, grains, breads, bagels, flatbreads. Fats are going to be pretty much coming from the foods that we eat. So there'll be very little added fat. You know, there's fats in rice, there's fats in bread, you know, there's fats in kind of fish and meat. So any kind of added fats that we need are going to come from peanut butter, avocado, olive oil, that kind of thing. So it's going to be an incredibly simple diet. But I think it's going to just be an absolutely insane experience, and I'm literally pissing my pants with excitement for Monday.
You are. I'm not. I am excited. I am excited. I know that there will come a point where it's going to be like everything in me is going to be going, don't continue this. Like, find a reason.
Yeah.
Well, not one point. There'll be several points, because
100%.
It sounds easy, but when you're day 20, day 30, day 40, it's going to get day after day. No fucking rest days. No cheat meals.
No.
It's non-stop.
What about day 10? What about day 10 when you're tired and you've still got 65 days to go?
I'll just look at naked pictures of you.
Darling.
You've got to see this.
Yes, it is. I know. She's used to it. She's used to it. When I was, I sent you a voice message the other day, and I said, "Let's get hard." And she was like, "You've just told your mate you want to get hard with him."
Hey, listen. Why is all your humor centered around gayness?
I don't know. Maybe it's like a coping mechanism or something. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm honestly, I think I'm looking forward to becoming a much better person, which sounds fucking ridiculous, but I genuinely think that at the end of this challenge, we're both going to be much better people. I think we're going to have a much better understanding of ourselves, and that's only going to kind of come across into business, into relationships. It's going to kind of, I think I'm going to maybe be a better father. I don't know, but I think this experience, I think, is going to radiate out into the rest of our lives and just make us better people than we are now. Which sounds cheesy and sounds very.
I think so. Discipline does that. Discipline improves people. You know, there's no doubt that's what most philosophical, you know, the old Greek philosophers, that's what they would say. If you have a discipline, you increase in virtue, and then you increase in the good that you can do in the world.
100%, man. 100%. I think given 100% account of ourselves for the next 75 days straight, I think is going to be a beautiful thing.
I think it is too.
And the really cool thing, apart from we'll be kind of like the absolute ultimate badasses at the end of it, we're going to be absolutely shredded to the bone, and we're going to look like absolute Greek gods.
Oh, that's lovely, though.
Well, I am.
Cool. All right. Well, that lets people know what's going on, and we're going to update, maybe not daily, but several times a week on this channel, aren't we?
Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And that's the kind of cool thing, is we're going to document the entire thing. So when I have a meltdown, it'll be documented. When Rich has a meltdown, it'll be documented. When I'm absolutely fucking loving life, feeling on top of the world on some kind of crazy, euphoric, buzzy high because I've just tortured myself on a fucking run or something like that, that'll be documented, and you'll be like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. This guy needs putting this guy's away.
This guy's clearly got PTSD. You know, I think he needs help.
Probably have.
Probably right. Anyway, I'm going to end the broadcast now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to update you as we begin this on Monday, right?
Monday is day one. That takes us to, I think it's the 6th or 7th of November off the top of my head. So day 1, Monday, 75 hard.
Amazing. All right. We'll see you all there, guys.
All right,
Cheerio.
man. Speak to you later.
It's ending.